Hey guys, this is Eve. Thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. This channel is dedicated to exploring various topics in the metaphysics, looking at it from a very occult standpoint. I tell people metaphysics is a very small fraction of the world's population. They refer to in the Bible as the 144,000, and so these people have Rh negative blood. If you're Rh negative, you're 15% or less of the world's population. If you are a black Rh negative, you're 4% or less. So I just like to disclose that information because a lot of information I talk about is very occult, exclusive to a particular population of people or whatnot. And so I'm really tired right now. I'm sorry guys. Like I said, I feel really just kind of out of sorts or what have you. And I've been having a lot of psychic like a lot of psychic channeling and just activity, lately. And my energy is really low. So, I feel like whenever I'm having that, I need to kind of purge the information off and try to get the information off of me, in order for me to be able to function, to do things that are, more grounded and mundane or what have you, But I'm still dealing with, being followed, being stalked and that type of thing, People just coming for me, and I'm like, I'm a nobody. I don't really understand why you have to come for me. I'm so insignificant, right? But anyway, I wanted to do this video about integration, integrating your personality. Because the thing is that, integration is like a psychiatry term, right? Psychology term. And so there are different aspects of our personality. And so as we are, ascending, whatever you want to call it, those parts of our personality have to be, I guess as you would say, mesh with the core personality, okay? And so this whole realm is designed to get rid of the core personality, okay? And we are made to actually have different personalities or split personalities. I know, right? Like normally when people say, oh, this person has a split personality, you think, okay, this person is crazy, but really this realm is hell. We are purposely made to have a split personality. Like, for example, the way that you are with your parents is not the way that you are with your lover. And the way that you are with your lover is not the way that you are with your boss at work. You see what I'm saying? The way that you are with your friends is not the same the way that you are with your kids. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that we all have split personalities, and we're always adjusting ourselves according to the people that we're quote unquote dealing with. So this is a really split personality. Okay, if you want to think of it in a more occult, way. And so when you keep doing that lifetime after lifetime, and you keep banking those, I guess dissociations or whatever with the core personality loses its essence, and so you basically lose your soul, okay? So, there's a particular soul I'm dealing with where his soul is, excuse me, his soul is so far away from the core personality that he has like a dissociation of a personality that he has no identification with, and this personality has like its own world. Like if he were to be put under severe hypnosis, like heavy hypnosis, he would come to discover this personality, like, who the hell is that? You see what I'm saying? And so the personality very much is nothing like the ego. The ego is very angelic and kind, but this personality is very gruff and rough and a ruler, and it's very, what is it? It's very, authoritative, like towards me especially, and very critical. This is a very critical personality. And so, I feel like, it will definitely be, the ego has to get out of its comfort zone to find integration with this personality. This personality feels rejected by the ego. It feels that it's judged, and because of that, it's functioning on its own. And so whenever you have people who are clairvoyants like myself, who can see beyond the ego, or whatever, beyond what the ego can see, and beyond what other people who are, around the ego, to uphold the ego's personality, and to actually block the integration. You see what I'm saying? The subconscious personality will latch on like some type of poltergeist or something like that. You see what I'm saying? It'll latch on and it'll say, okay, you see me, I don't see me, right? My ego doesn't see me. My family doesn't see my girlfriend, my my parents, my siblings, my boss, but you see me. And so since you see me, I'm gonna, stay over here, like type of thing. And so I feel like that's fine, you know what I mean? But at the same time, whenever a soul is doing that, it's drinking life force, and so it causes me to lose my own soul. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a vampire. You know what I mean? Like say, I'm a vampire, and so I encounter a soul that I'm trying to change. And so I'm like, slitting my wrist and actually having them drink my blood, right? Drink my blood, my life force, energy. But sometimes a soul could be in such peril that it will drink all of your life force, so you are in the same boat that they are in, right? Or worse. So the thing is that whenever you're dealing with clairvoyance, a clairvoyant is not your savior. You are your own savior. Like, I'm my own savior. Like, nobody's gonna come save me. Nobody's gonna come save you. You see what I'm saying? So to speak. And so we're our own savior. So because of that, ultimately we're going to have to be able to integrate ourselves, because we can't rely on other, what you would call external sources, because everybody has their own, thing. Like I've got my own agendas. I have my own soul. I have things I need to do in this lifetime. You see what I'm saying? And so you're going to have to be able to find union with parts of yourself that you don't even really know. I feel like this person I'm talking about, like back in the day, psychiatrists would give their patients LSD, so they can have access to the subconscious, so they'd be able to make sound decisions in their conscious waking state. So I feel like this is something where someone should take, LSD, experiment with drugs. Yeah, experiment with drugs. Not to the point where it's like addictive, but recreational, you know what I mean? Try to figure out, who am I? You know what I mean? Like, who am I without my family? Like, who am I without my job? Who am I without, my girlfriend? Who am I without, these things, and that has to be done not just in this lifetime, but who am I without these people in previous lifetimes? You see what I'm saying? The mother in 1856, the father in 1932, the girlfriend in 1751. You know what I mean? Like, this is the deal with this particular soul that I'm dealing with. And so there's a lack of integration. And so this particular aspect of itself that's so far away from the ego has latched itself on like a poltergeist. Okay, it's like a poltergeist. And so it's an aspect of the personality that cannot become reconciled to itself. And so it looks to a medium in order to deliver information that could potentially help it to become integrated in one with the core personality. Okay? So, I feel like, you have to step out of your comfort zone oftentimes. And you have to surround yourself, if you can, with people who are going to allow you to act out this energy, to dissipate it, so when you leave this earth, right, you're on your ascension, you don't reincarnate back to work out that restriction, that archonic energy. You see what I'm saying? So, souls that are in perdition, they really just have no connection to themselves. They have no connection. And they are just sitting ducks, they're sacrifices. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're someone that totally is about, as the ego, respecting women and being chivalrous and treating them, kind and so forth. But then when you escape to sleep at night, you're calling women all types of names and beating women. And, you are, whatever it is, like chauvinistic, you know what I mean? Like, you are, you're not being respectful towards women at all, then you're not going to get past your ascension. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be like super like chivalrous here and then like when you go to sleep at night, and eventually when you die, like, beat women's asses. You know what I mean? And so I'm not saying that you should beat a woman's ass in the waking state. No, but what I'm saying is that there has to be some type of integration where you're not as quote unquote nice to women. And this is the cult aspect. This is the part that the world's not going to tell you about, because the world is all about circumcising your consciousness and programming you to be good. And so when you ascend, you can be bad and be reincarnated back here, so they can take advantage of you. Like when we look at our programming, like for example, one of the facets of the Matrix, which is media and entertainment. How many times does the bad guy win? You see what I'm saying? So if you keep being born lifetime after lifetime and being told to be good, be good, be good, and you're not allowed to express your subconscious veil of the ego devil nature, then that's going to meet you in the afterlife, and that's not something that you can destroy. You can't destroy that quote unquote parasite. You cannot treat aspects of the personality like it's a parasite. You have to honor it. You have to love it. You have to say, hey, regardless of what the fact that I did not make this personality, I did not facilitate the environment for this personality to arise, but I'm going to love it because it's a part of me, and it's something that I have to. If nobody else loves it, I'm going to love it. You know what I mean? If nobody else does. If everybody in the world judges, if my mom and dad judges, like the saying of Christ, your mom and your dad forsake you, I will be here. And so the Christ, which is the core personality, regardless of what the world says, is supposed to embrace that aspect of itself, no matter what. You see what I'm saying? And so when we do that, we become less polarized, and we become less judged, and so we don't judge ourselves, and we don't judge other people as harshly. You know what I mean? And we get to a place of acceptance, and that place of acceptance frees us, okay? It gives us freedom, and it gives you more of a conscious choice to do what you want to do, right? In this particular realm. So I just want to put that out there, guys, whatever the case is. Hopefully giving that information can kind of free up some energy for me. So I'm able to kind of, do things that I need to do, like wash my ass, okay? All right, so I'll see you in my next video.